If you're a contractor and you're still using a Microsoft Word or Excel spreadsheet in order to create your quotes or estimates to send to your customers, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you how you can quickly, with a few clicks of a button, create a quote, calculate your job costings, and send it off to the client, all with just a few simple steps. So let's jump right into it. So creating a quote in SnapSuite is very easy. So first what you're going to do is you're going to click on new quote, choose a client or lead from the system. This is some companies that you may or may not have worked with in the past, or they're a new lead that you had in the system. Put in your subject, so we're going to say install new door, and add a new line item. The first thing I could do is choose from a pricing, so I could say this is, you know what, I'm going to use my concrete brick. Here I have 5, there's a quantity that I'm going to do for this one, or I could potentially choose from inventory. All right, so I could choose my inventory. I don't have a lot of inventory in here. Or I could just add an item. I could just type in an item. I could say, you know what, this is my, let's say, door. Okay. Now I also have the option of doing group rate. So this group rate is actually, you know, for example, I could say, because I'm doing a quotation, I could do my travel rates or my overtime rates, my premium rates, whatever those are, and I can have for a specific client. So this allows me to pre-configure the system with a whole bunch of group rates, and then I can then have those set up in the system at the time of creating a quote. So here I got a quote, I'm creating it, or estimate if you want to call it that. Some people call it estimates. So once that quote is created, I can go over to the sales section, click on list quotes, and then in the second here, once it loads here, you got a new quotation. $11,000 and was created, and I'm going to click on edit. Now when I click on edit, the good news is that the details here are already set up. So now what I could do is I have a few options. First of all, I can click on preview and I can see an actual template of what does that quote look like as it is. Now the good thing about this is that the quotation, now that it's created, I can come in here, I can look at the line items, etc. I can see this is not a very well formatted quote, but you get the idea. Now, if you notice, this document here is sort of a line item version, right? It's very simple, very straightforward. But here's the cool thing. I can click on close here. I can click on this and I can change it to, let's say, a standard. Then I can click on preview. There. So I click on preview and now I have a new document that is completely different with images and pictures, etc. So this allows a lot of flexibility in terms of you being able to standardize on your quotation. You could upload pictures and put all different types of imagery inside of the document, and you can have a really robust quotation altogether. The next thing I want to show you is basically how you can do your job costing. So let's pretend for a second that I got $11,000 worth of business. However, not entirely certain if I'm making money on this project or not. And this is a really big deal for contractors. So here I can come over to the job costing section. And this is internal. This is not something that your customers or your clients are going to see. And you click on new line item. I'm going to say, again, I'm just making this up on the fly here. So I'm going to make it up. I'm going to say, I'm going to install some tiles. Okay. And how many tiles am I going to install? I'm going to install 500 tiles. What's the unit price per tile? Let's say it's, I'm going to go with, again, don't quote me here. It's going to be 40 cents a tile. No, that's too cheap. Let's just say $1.40 per tile. I have no idea, okay? Don't judge me. And how long does it take to install one tile? Now, I'm just making these numbers up here. So again, just, you know, bear with me. 10 minutes. For one tile, I think, I don't know, 5 minutes. I have no idea. So I'm gonna click on that. So here's the cool thing. It's gonna do a calculation. So it says, okay, so you got a 500 tiles. Unit price is gonna do $1.4 per tile. The material cost is gonna be $700. Its labor is gonna take you 5 minutes in total. It's gonna take 4 hours of work labor to do it, so 5 minutes per labor unit, right? So that's $700. So you've now essentially calculated how long it's going to take you to do the calculation. Now here's what's even cooler. I'm going to say Abraham Lincoln is going to be working on this project. So instantly he's already calculated, because Abraham Lincoln, his cost is in the system. So I know his hourly rate. That's his cost in there. So the system has taken that number and has calculated it based on how much time his average rate is $21 an hour. And so it's calculated it. So I know that I should be quoting at a minimum $1,500 in order to break even. Okay. Now I could say, I'll tell you what, let's do a 30% margin on this job. Okay. And now I know I need to quote at least $2,000 in order to get this job added correctly. And I can now take this line item, so install tiles, I can click on update code, and I will actually add the details over to the install tiles here. So you see it says install tiles. Let's put it all in there because I had an empty slot. Yes, okay. All right, so there you go. So now I know that that is my costing for this particular thing, and I know I'm making profit on it. And that's the most important thing about this entire process, is that I'm able to figure out whether I'm going to make a profit or not. All right, and then now that I'm finished with that, I click on email. I'm able to send off that document right away to the customer. I can put in some details. There's my meeting showing up there. Put in some details and just press the send button, and then that's off to the client with the document. The document is automatically will automatically be attached to the system. All right, so hopefully that's given you sort of a quick overview on how to send documents and code through the platform. With that, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to message us either on comments or wherever you're watching this video, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Or check out our website, snapsuite.com or snapsuite.io. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.